I wanted to answer some questions about why do a video blog. You guys had some good questions too about video blogging in general. Jim asked, what made you decide to do a personal video blog? There's two things going on there. What makes me do a personal blog and what makes me do a video blog. As most of you know, some of you may not, I'm a professional blogger, and so I blog on topics like business and in specific niches. So I have clicknews.com, which is clicknewz.com, and I also blog at travelinglowcarb.com, which is where I talk about the low carb diet and basically how to maintain it on a high travel lifestyle. What makes me want to do a personal blog? That's a different story. And as you know, I never do anything that isn't in line with my personal objectives and my long-term goals very specifically. It's a good question, really. There are a couple of things going on. One, obviously, I'm testing new internet marketing strategies. I'm trying my hand at video editing and doing all kinds of things business-wise, which you'll learn about more on clicknews.com. Obviously, I share everything that I learn there. So there's the business side of it, which is testing new things. There's also, with personal blogs, there's a lot of business opportunities, ways to monetize, etc. So definitely testing out strategies and checking things out. But on the personal side, there's also something really cool about putting yourself out there. There's accountability, for one. There's also the fact that in order to be interesting, you have to do interesting things. So it really motivates me to move forward and do all of the things in my life that I really want to do. So it's kind of a journal of sorts, and also a way to not do it alone. So there's, a whole group of people, all of you guys, that I'm actually doing all this fun stuff with. You'll see what some of those things are as we continue to go along, so you'll want to stay tuned because I have lots of personal objectives. And one of the hardest things, when you're alone and you're in your own surroundings and you're comfortable, and sometimes it's hard to get motivated or hard to take that next step. But when you're putting yourself out there and you're on video and you're saying, I'm going to do this or we're going to do this together, it's a whole different story. So there's some of that going on too, and it's really just in line with both my personal and my business objectives. Like I said, stay tuned and you'll really kind of get an understanding of that as we go along. Elizabeth asked, where do you find the time to do this? I mean, this is not your only project, so how do you find time to do this in addition to everything else that you're already doing? My answer is it takes me less than 10 minutes to shoot a video, period. What I usually do is if I'm going to be going somewhere, I've got something to do anyway, and I'm going to have to get dressed, then I just go ahead and shoot the video real quick, and then I edit it later and deal with it later. So it's not something that's taking me a lot of time, which is nice. That's a good thing, and I'm basically doing it as I go. One of the tricks too, a lot of times if I'm going to be dressed and going somewhere for the day, then I go ahead and do several video shoots in the same day. So you can just change your top, or change your hair around a little bit and just boom, 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 put 2 or 3 videos out real quick. Like I said, they take less than 10 minutes to shoot. I keep my camera with me everywhere I go, and of course when I'm home I just keep it set up on the tripod. Trish says, does this mean we'll get to see you in your PJs, or will you do the whole get dressed up and put your makeup on thing? Yes, I'm sure soon enough you're going to get to see me in my PJs. That's definitely going to happen, especially as I'm around the house or working from home or talking about things like that. You'll definitely see me in my element, no doubt about it. Christina said, my question is, do you have any retakes or do you always get them in one take? I get them in one take, plain and simple. What I do is if I make a mistake, then I'll just pause and then I can edit that out later. One of the things I'm really shooting for here, no pun intended, is just as I am. Just very natural, so there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be me looking down at the questions you guys ask. There's going to be me going or whatever. And so while I try to edit stuff like that out to an extent, I don't want to edit it to the point that it's not the natural me. So just want to be myself. It's a personal blog. It doesn't have to be perfect. Even on my business videos, I don't think it has to be perfect because I'm just being myself. I don't really stress about stuff like that. I just sit down, I get it done, usually 5-10 minutes, like I said, tops, and then edit out what I don't want. So Barry said, how often are you going to be putting up blog posts? I suppose it's more preparation work than a normal written blog. You need to clean the office, do your hair, etc. My office is a mess. You're only seeing a very small piece of it, and I just kind of shoved everything else over to the side. Trust me, my office is a mess. So there's very little prep work actually. Like I said, I go ahead and shoot the videos when I'm, ready anyway. And I'm sure there will be videos of me with my hair up in my pajamas and stuff too, so I'm not really worried about that so much. And actually, it is taking me a lot less time to shoot a quick video, edit it just a little bit, and get it up there than it is to write a blog post. Of course, those of you that are familiar with my blogs know I can write a serious essay. Like I've done some, 2,000, 3,000 word blog posts. And when I do that, I really go into, editing and rearranging the wording and formatting. I'm a big stickler for formatting. So it can take me hours sometimes to write, a really big blog post. Other blog posts I do in 10 or 15 minutes. But most of the time, if I'm, writing a typical blog post, it takes me quite a while. So it's actually taking me less time to do a video blog than it is to do a text blog, which is really cool. So that's it. And like I said, reason for doing a personal blog and reason for doing a video blog is twofold. Like I said, I'm experimenting with some business things, which I'll talk about on Click News. But also, it makes you more interesting because you have to kind of be interesting to have something to talk about. So it holds me accountable to do fun things and be an interesting person, which is kind of in line with some of my personal goals about some of the things that I want to accomplish that we're going to do together, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. And unless, of course, you're one of those video bloggers that just drones on and whines about stuff and blah, 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 but that is not what's going to happen here. We're going to dig in together. We're going to do stuff together. I'm doing this because I want to live my life out loud with you, and I just thought it would be a really fun project to do. So stay tuned because we are going to do all kinds of neat things together. We're going to travel together. We're going to work together. We're going to address issues together and talk about parenting. We're going to take my junk room and turn it into a guest room. Doesn't that sound like fun? Because I'm really going to need your input. I'm seriously going to need help with that. Anyway, stay tuned because there's lots to come. I have some really big ideas and some, really exciting things I want to address on this video blog. I hope that answers your questions as far as why I chose to do a video blog and how I plan to, kind of handle all the different little things. So yeah, I'm not going to stress about editing. I'm not going to stress about any of those kinds of details. It's just quick and dirty, shoot video, put it up, share my life with you.